Angela.
Thank you, Sean. All right. Thank you, Unity of Miami Gardens. It's a joy being here with you. My friends here always supporting you. My greatest treasure in life, the Unity community and my spiritual family. And so we are entering the last month of the year, which is a month of celebration. We are going to be celebrating the birth of the Christ consciousness into the human family, not only 2,000 years ago, but as a present possibility for each one of us. And so this month we're going to go deeper into the power of life, and we're going to see what it's like to have an abundant and fulfilled life, and what are the toolbox that we can catch from Unity so that we can be able to experience the abundant and fulfilled life. And so I pick up the quote, the scripture for today, John 10, verse 10, from our master teacher, Joshua, aka Jesus. I'm going to be calling him Joshua for the purpose of leaning into the human aspect of himself as well. And he said that he has come that we may have life and that we may have it more abundantly. And I know that sometimes when we hear that, having an abundant life or having a fulfilled life has something to do with certain conditions out there being perfect, perhaps more money in the bank, perhaps a better job, perhaps our own house, a better car, perhaps the perfect spouse. So we have this checklist here, and we unconsciously think that when we mark all the boxes in the checklist, then we're going to be able to have an abundant, happy, and fulfilled life. But what Joshua came to teach is that having this has nothing to do with anything out there, but he came to show what is our potential as divine beings having a human experience. According to Eric Butterworth, the kingdom within is the realm of all potentiality, all substance, all life, all love, and all peace. So Joshua came to teach us that when you are able to tap into the divine flow within you, you are able to attain your full potential in life. And as you look at his life, he was able to have complete dominion over the outer universe. He was able to decree a thing into existence. He was able to open the eyes of the blind and feed the multitudes and go to the dead person and say, rise up. He was able to decree a thing into existence to show us what can we do ourselves. It's known that most of us have not experienced the full capacity of what we can be. And there is this biologist called Julian who said that even the most fortunate people are living far below capacity. And most human beings developed no more than a small fraction of their potential, mental and spiritual efficiency. So when we look at these people who we think that are extremely successful, the most rich people in the world, or the most successful people in the world, when we look at them, we realize that not even them are living to their full potential, because the full potential has nothing to do with anything out there, but has to do with us becoming aware and tapping into the divine flow within ourselves, that we may learn the art of being taken care by it, being provided by it, being guided by it, being supported by it. And I like how Sri Aurobindo, who is a spiritual teacher, he describes this inner flow within ourselves as there is the ceaseless flow of life is a divine movement, and our task is to become conscious of it, trust it, and allow it to guide us. So once again, it has nothing to do with changing things outside or changing how people behave, but it has to do with becoming aware of this divine flow to learn how to tap it, trust it, and be spiritually guided by it. So I have a question here for the Unity of Miami Gardens. Let's see here. If this divine flow of abundance, of love, of peace is already here, why is it that most of us are not aware of it? Why is it that we miss the mark? If you can count by the hands of the population, the amount of people that is able to become aware of it. So why is it that we miss the mark? Have you thought about it? Okay, so there is one of the reasons that this divine flow takes place in the present moment. And although most people are physically present in the present moment, their mind is someplace else. They're thinking about the future, they're thinking about the past, they're thinking how somebody did them wrong and how they have to set the record straight. They're thinking about what's going on around the world and how it's going to affect them, on and on. Sometimes we just waste time in trivial thoughts that have nothing to do with anything, but it's taking us away from the present moment where we can become aware of the divine flow. I love how Eckhart Tolle says, he says that most humans are never fully present in the now because unconsciously they believe the next moment must be more important. So in a practical way, the invitation for us here is to begin to make every action of the present moment, no matter what it is, the most important action that we can take. Why? Because it is the only present moment that there is. So when we begin to practice the art of coming to the present moment and being fully present with the action that we are taking, giving it value, what we are doing is we are developing the spiritual muscle of having some measure of control of our awareness and bringing into the present moment again and again. Now the invitation here is to do that even with the things that you don't like it so much. And I'm going to give an example here. Last week my refrigerator, the freezer broke and there was this ball of ice stuck and I could not produce any ice. And I was going to have people over and I wanted the machine to work. So I have, okay, how can I fix this? So I realized that if I get my hair dryer and I stick it in the freezer, I could melt that ball of ice. So I started doing that and the ice started melting and I didn't realize it was going to take me 40 minutes to melt the whole thing. So I was halfway through it, you know, with my hand sticking in. Thank God I didn't get electrocuted, collecting the water. There was some part of me that began to resist the experience. I was like, you know, it's Saturday afternoon. I don't want to be doing this. I got better things to do, you know. But then I heard a voice within myself that says that, Angela, it's not the activity that you're doing that is important, it's the attitude with which you are doing the activity. So I paused and I decided, you know what, since I have to be here anyway, let me make peace with it. Let me be fully present here, watching the water go down, put the heater on, put it down. I had a fight with the refrigerator. I got a bruise on my hand here. I have to hide the bruise here so it doesn't look so bad. But the point is this. When we begin to not only make the present activity important and we stop resisting it, life begins to flow more harmoniously and we'll be able to begin to experience the flow of life uplifting us. And so I like what the book, The Way of Mastery, teaches us. I know my friend Marcio, he is a lover of the book. We've been studying together for 5 years. Kimberly is starting to listen to it too. She's beginning to enjoy it. But the book gives us the road map into this Christ consciousness with which we are seeking, and there are some qualities about it. And one of the qualities is this. It's going to be repeated in the book again and again. This state of mind that we are seeking allows all things, trusts all things, and therefore transcends all things. So in a practical way, what does it mean? Stop resisting what is. Stop resisting other people. I know it's easy to understand the concept intellectually, but it's by putting into practice that we begin to demonstrate the teaching. So in a practical way, it means this. Let's say somebody's triggering you with the way that they behave. How can I put this into practice? Let them be whatever way they want to be, you know. It doesn't mean we're going to be hanging with them as much as, you know, as we used to, but by the practice of releasing and allowing. You want to be negative, so be it. You want to be judgmental, so be it. You want to be this, so be it. what we are doing is we're claiming our power back, and we're deciding, I choose how I feel no matter what. You can behave the way you want to behave. Instead of trying to change you so I can be fulfilled in life, I'm going to change me. So it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to affect me anymore. So what are we doing? We're claiming our power back. I choose how I feel no matter what. So here's the thing. First, we bring our attention to the present moment. We make it the most important moment there is, and we stop resisting the things that we don't like. We just let people off the hook. We let our family off the hook. We let our parents off the hook. We let whoever. You say, you want to be nasty? You be nasty. I go over here. I don't want to be close to you, but I'm not going to allow you to make me feel so upset. Because here's the thing. If we are going to wait for people to act a certain way in order for us to experience the fullness of life, we're never going to experience the fullness of life. It's an independent thing. Doesn't matter what's going on out the world is falling apart. S-H-I-T, hit the fan, go clean the S-H-I-T, don't complain about it, just be fully present there. Don't allow things to trigger you, just be at peace. Another thing that we can do to begin to tap into this flow and allow it to expand is by giving expression to its quality. This divine flow within us is loving. So when I begin to show up in a place and I extend my love, I extend my kindness, I extend my peace, I'm quick to forgive, I'm quick to serve and to give. What am I doing? I'm giving expression to the qualities of this divine flow, and you will begin to grow and expand within myself. Now, one of the things that happen when we begin to learn how to tap into this flow, we begin to become a magnet for whatever it is that we need. For example, I need a new job. Kim just got a new job. She tapped into the flow. She got a new job. If you need a new career opportunity, if you need a new client, you never know. You may even attract your soulmate, maybe coming knocking at the door of your house, asking to come in. For nothing is impossible when we begin to tap into this flow. We begin to magnetize everything that we have a need of. And so, to bring this message to conclusion, to make the long story short, let us remind ourselves that the life of abundance and fulfillment has nothing to do with us creating a list and check the box and check the box and check the box. And it has everything to do with us discovering the source of love, of power, of peace, of bliss, of fulfillment within ourselves. And when we do, we are able then to relate to other people in a different way. We are able to enter what is called as a holy relationship with other people, in which you are not out to get, you're out to extend yourself. But here's the caveat. I know that everybody hears about holy relationships. I can't wait to have a holy relationship with everybody. Here's the caveat. Before we have a holy relationship with anybody out there, we must first have a holy relationship with ourselves. We need to discover that source of fulfillment within so that we can extend it out. We're not out to get, we are out to share, to give, to extend the love that we have discovered within ourselves. I'm excited, that's why it got like that sometimes. But I would like to close with a quote from Rumi, the Sufi mystics. You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life? So here is an invitation, Unitel Miami Gardens, for the year 2026. Let us begin to learn how to tap into the divine flow within ourselves, spread our wings, and allow that divine flow to be the wind beneath our wings. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful week.